Dear grade 7 students, I am going to start our 6th video lecture for the subject biology, chapter number 7, living things and their environment. Topic is depending on each other. The first topic that we will discuss in this chapter is producers and consumers. Producers. Plants are called producers because they make their food by their own self. Consumers. Animals are called consumers because they cannot make their own food. Coming towards its explanation, producers are the green plants and they are always producing and giving us the most beneficial nutrients along with oxygen which keep us alive. Plants or the producers are also called as autotrophs. The word auto means self while troph means preparing. So this word proves that plants are those living organisms which can prepare their food by their own self. Plants take up sunlight to make its food by the process of photosynthesis. It gives out oxygen and take in carbon dioxide. The prepared food from plant is given to animals. Now, consumers. The word consume means to take. So, consumers are organisms which take the food prepared by producers because they cannot make their own food by themselves and are hence called as heterotrophs. Here, the word hetero means false and troph means preparing. So, false preparatory organisms. It means that these organisms cannot make their own food. Now, the consumers are of three types: primary, secondary, and tertiary. Primary means first. So, those organisms which first eat the producers are called primary consumers. They are also called herbivores because they are grass-eating animals. Secondary consumers. When another consumer comes and eats the first consumer to take energy is called secondary consumer. Tertiary. That organism which comes and eat up the secondary consumer are called as tertiary consumer. Here, one thing to notice that the size of consumer becomes bigger and the number becomes less, which you can see in the diagram. Our next topic is food chain. It shows how one living organism is the food for other. Energy flows along a food chain from producers to consumers. Dear students, if you look at the diagram of food chain, it looks like a chain and in which the food is passing from producers to consumers. In this food chain, the plants are producing while the first consumer, an insect or you can say a grasshopper, eats it. You can call it also a herbivore. as discussed, that herbivores are organisms which eat only grass. So the consumer mouse comes and eats the grasshopper, which become the second consumer or omnivore. Omnivore means those organisms which eat both plants and animals. In other words, you can say grass and meat eating animals. They eat both. After that, an owl or a tertiary consumer or a carnivore eat the mouse. Now it's the tertiary consumer and you can call it also a carnivore. Carnivore means meat eating animals. So now if you look at this chain, the size of animal become big from start to end, as I discussed this in the topic consumer. Dear students, our next topic is food web. Definition: when two or more food chains combine, they form food web. Usually, a plant or animal belong to several food chains. We will discuss and explain this through a diagram. Dear students, look at the diagram of food web. First, the word web means a net. You may have seen a spider web which is in a net-like structure. So, if you look at this diagram, it forms a web-like structure because it have more than one food chain. You saw in the earlier diagram of food chain that grass is eaten by a grasshopper and that grasshopper was eaten by a mouse and that mouse was eaten by an owl. Now if you look and compare this diagram with that one, so you can see another food chain also. Dear students, the owl or the tertiary consumer can also eat a fox. That fox can eat a scorpion. That scorpion can eat a fish. And at the end, when all these organisms die, so these dead bodies of plants and animals are eaten by the decomposers. The decomposers may be fungi or bacteria which clean up the environment from the dead bodies of plants and animals. A food web shows the transfer of energy within an ecosystem. Energy is transferred between organisms when one organism eats another. If you look, so energy is transferring from one organism to the other because these organisms are eating another animals to take up the energy that those organisms have in their bodies. So this energy is transferring in all the food web. Next is food pyramid. Food pyramid is designed to make healthy eating easier. Healthy eating is about getting the right amount of nutrients such as proteins, vitamins, fats, minerals which you need to maintain good health. The level of energy in food pyramid become less as you go from bottom to top. Dear students, the explanation of point first is healthy eating means to take every nutrient in a proper amount. It means that we should not have all the nutrients in less or greater amount. And if we eat only one kind of nutrient all the time, we will get deficient of other nutrients, which led to diseases. On the other hand, if we take greater amount of any of the nutrient, so excess amount can also cause diseases. So we should take all the nutrients in proper amount. The next point we will discuss through a diagram in the next slide. Dear students, the level of energy in food pyramid become less as you go from bottom to top. If you look at this diagram, so it is clear that at the bottom we have the greater energy, while the top we have lesser amount of energy. We need to have 40% of bread and cereals that can make us healthy, while 35% of nutrients should come from the fruits and vegetables, while 20% of nutrients should come from meat and eggs, while we need to have 5% of fats, oils and sugars, which we need to keep us healthy. So if you observe that the amount of energy from bottom to top become less in this food pyramid, which clear that we need to have all the nutrients and they should be in a proper amount. Dear students, if you look at the energy pyramid of the animals, so you can see that the producers are in greater amount. The plants are eaten by rabbits. So rabbit use up some of the energy for their self, and then there is less energy to pass on for the other consumer. The other consumer we have in this pyramid are the snakes. The snakes eat the rabbits and use some of the energy by their self, and they also have less energy to pass on for the next consumer. The next consumer is hawk, which you can see is just one because there is less energy to pass on. So it means that as you go from bottom to top, the amount of energy become less because of the consumption of the organisms energy by themselves. Next are decomposers. They are bacteria or fungi which eat up the dead bodies of plants and animals, thus cleaning the environment and returning the nutrients back to soil. Its explanation is that if we take the example of bacteria, they are present free in the environment. So when they see a dead body of plant and animal, they start eating them up. When they eat up that dead body, so they clean up the environment and use the energy of those dead bodies of plants and animals for their self. When they eat up and use that energy, they mix with the soil and make that soil fertile and nutrient rich by giving the energy that take up from the dead bodies of plants and animals. Thus we can say that the decomposers are the cleaners of our environment, which clean our environment from the dead bodies which are lying in our environment, and also they give lots of nutrients to the soil. It's a picture of fungi that grows up and eat up the dead body in its surrounding.